do change casters between series pretty often, but hey, if you don't want us here, you know, we'll pack our bags and leave. We can go down to the pub. But regardless,
I kind of would rather go to the pub because I'm feeling like Vars from Hit game Far Cry 3. Because do you know the definition of insanity? Doing the same
when you
thing
do
over
the same thing over and over
and expect different results. And Sky has been doing the same damn thing over and over. The desk touched on the 07 Drakthar Viego, and it kind of it is. Yeah, it makes sense. If you look at their success in Winter, Viego is kind of the opposite of what made Drakthar a very impactful jungler. He would pick these relatively strong early game champions like the Xin Zhao, and he would be sort of in the face of the other jungler, not making plays necessarily, but tracking and covering for his laners so they could try and create leads on their own, especially in mid and bot lane. And Viego just does nothing like that at all, has not been able to show that sort of playstyle at all on this pick, and he's not farming efficiently to get up these big plays, he's not interacting with his laners to get to snowball ahead on it. It's all just falling apart, and yeah, it's gonna be looking like another repeat of that for Sky.
But 8th time's the charm, right? That's how the saying goes. You pick it 7 times and lose, and then on the 8th time, people feel bad for you and let you win. Maybe that's Drakthar's best hope on this Viego, because that is a shocking win rate. At some point, you have to be asking questions to the coach and staff. I'm just like, hey guys, this is clearly not working. Yeah, try something else, maybe.
Yeah, Yeah, you can definitely. I feel like when you're at 2 and 8, you can sort of say, well, splits were enough. Let's just try and find something that we could potentially build on for next split. That's always an option.
Relegations, you know, like this is not a franchise league. You do have to beat VCSB. Now, of course, VCSB hasn't played yet, and typically the threat of actually being relegated is very low. The VCSB teams are not very good, but there is that one roving gang in the VCSB that's like Yijin and stuff that are like just former VCSA players that could totally beat them. But Drakthar finds the
talk enough crap and they listen.
Speaking of which, look where Glory is on 10 HP.
Yeah,
look at Artifact's Alpha. Look at Artifact's Alpha.
Can he catch it? No, he can't. Drakthar could not make it there, but yeah, Glory was absolutely mauling this lane, and he went for it. He got a flash. He was able to sneak away with a sliver. So mid jungle of Burst of Sky actually coming up quite nicely. And yeah, here we are. Tracked Penguin nicely. Found it. Great. Beautiful. Nice to see. You see them. Yeah, as I said, you talk enough crap, they start to listen. Cardi did it the first series. Now Drakthar maybe stepping up. That's good to see.
Yeah, hopefully. That was, of course, just sort of opportunistic. Doesn't necessarily show any great skill on Drakthar's part. That's harsh to say, but we have to keep a reality check as Ryuk moves forward just to lose a bit more health on Renekton. Not 100% sure of this pick. Evidently, I mean, it's okay. Renekton is strong enough early to stand up to Kennen despite him being ranged, but I mean, I'm still not sure about Renekton.
It's definitely just maximum comfort coming out from Ryuk, and it's all they're really looking to work with right now. Cool. And Drakthar is angling to just keep beating up on Penguin.
He doesn't really win this though. He hasn't reset. There's just a longsword extra on Penguin as well as a Nautilus, which is a particularly long sword. Artifact will walk over, be the beneficiary of that play. Drakthar just a little bit too aggro.
Yeah, they played the bait extremely well. It feels like Drakthar should have been aware. Elio was on the roam up knowing that Juhao is off the map. But yeah, Abs just stuck around in that bush and went in for it again. Did not just try and dash away as soon as you see the Nautilus appear around the corner. And it's that advantage kind of tossed away as Artifact picks up double buffs.
So this is that play that we could only see in the mini-map. This got very spicy.
Oh. Slivers on both sides. Really nice.
This is why we run Scorch. This is why we run Scorch.
Yeah, really nice flash from Artifact to dodge that Scather Away, because that would have been a really nice play from Glory otherwise. And this mid laner from Burst of Sky continuing to be a highlight, a point of pressure. And that's what we want to see from this team as across... And honestly, it's actually working out fairly well across the board. We've got a Cull and an even CS from this Ophelia, so going to scale a little bit faster into his item breakpoints. So it's actually not a bad early game from Burst of Sky. A little bit of a fumble around that mid river, and Riek's doing okay. He got a little bit bullied out of lane by the cannon, but it's all coming up good.
Yeah, he goes back, first reset, picks up his null magic. He's okay. He can just keep shoving this in. Just, he'll take a few auto attacks for it, but he'll push the wave in. That's all that matters. He's still a Renekton. He can still use those Qs to heal himself up. Elio is on the move as well, along with Drakthar. They're linking up towards the top side about a minute early for any Rift Herald plays. One reason I don't like this is it means there is absolutely no chance of Elio being level 6 at Herald.
Yeah, they're looking for a bit of a play. I think they predicted Penguin would be closer to his red buff, and then they can find the catch and find the play, but Zhuhao's made his way up as well, and this would just be a 2v2, and in a track from Artifact.
Artifact! Whoa! Over-aggressive, my man!
Brilliant! Thank you, Elio. Just realizes, catch the... Oh, never mind, this is still going.
Yeah, they can, because they've got the health bar lead. They're stronger at the moment. Drakthar is level 6 to Penguin's level 5. So he has access to the Heartbreaker, smites away a Krug. They don't actually want to go under the tower, not against a cannon. But they have such good positioning. This should set them up for an easy Herald.
Yeah, it was a bit of a collapse coming from both of these mid laners. Artifact was going to be there first, and Elio realizes when in a pincer, attack the weak link, and Artifact all by his lonesome gets blown up. Glory immediately able to follow alongside Drakthar. Unfortunately, Elio picks up the credit, but it's still a great play. It gets them out, they get their red buff, and a Krug Camp steal on top of it. Everything's coming up Burst the Sky in this early game. Yeah. Here we are.
I mean, this is just a good raid. It's just a good raid.
Yeah. They even get I didn't even realize they got the Raptor camp on top of that, so they picked up a whole top side clear. And this is so much for the side of Drakthar. It's going to be evened out a little bit as he spends some time on this Rift Herald, but not enough, because we see Eomine peeking into the Krugs. He didn't take them, though. So there's still the option for Penguin to make up on this clear of the jungle. He will still be behind as the top side gets cleared from Drakthar, but it's a recovery, and that's good.
Yeah, look, I mean, this is a good start from Sky, and obviously we have to give them every positive they can get, because they have been lacking this split. But as you pointed out earlier, their Aphelios is scaling. He's falling behind a little bit now, and here's the collapse. As Elio, I think, is going to be the sacrificial lamb to let Almine get away, as he actually throws in a Moonlight Vigil. I mean, it stops them pushing the tower. I actually think that's a good ult there by Almine. Make himself a little bit threatening, but it's still a kill given over to Secret.
Yeah, and the CC chaining was actually extremely good from Team Secret in that they couldn't actually respond at all from Elio and lock anyone under tower with him. So it's like a very clean dive from the side of Team Secret. It's good to see. Also, this glacial slick. Very slick.
He used the ult, but he also did miss the charm.
Yeah, look, all right.
It
looks neat, but yeah, that was actually
good.
just a miss.
It was just a miss. But still, a good reaction time by Drakthar regardless. It might have given him a chance if it hit.
But if it hit, probably buffered well enough to get him out. And yeah, it's good to see.
Maybe.
It's all right. Plays falling apart. A 30 CS lead opening up for the side of Glory.
That's what I wanted to bring
Answered back a little bit with a kill. But oh my goodness.
But
Glory,
4 plays.
absolutely monstering on the Syndra in the early game. Can they transition this into a mid-game strength? Give this Aphelios the advantage he needs to carry in the late? that's the next step for Burst the Sky. So they've done a very good job in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, they really have. And I mean, traditionally, Syndra was actually a really good pick for Glory back in the day. Even, I don't know if he's played it very much this split. Obviously not to great success because they haven't been winning very much at all. But this is a good pick for him. And we saw early on, he was able to be hitting these E's. He was able to control the lane against Artifact. And look, I understand that our analysts have an issue that Sky isn't trying anything. They're not trying to adapt to the meta. And I agree with them. But if you're going to go comfort, I'm glad they're really doing it. And at least Glory looks good on his comfort.
Yeah, I mean, I would be looking, if I'm looking to change, I'm not looking to change everything at once generally, if I'm looking to switch things up. And Glory has been fairly good. A lot of their wins have been him stealing them off the back of his LeBlanc performances as we hold on.
Yeah, there is a play coming in. The cannon ult has been used, but Hero goes down regardless. Well played there by Sky as they grow a gold lead.
Yeah, and very nice play. Ryuk is tank enough to just take that tower, and a lot of damage coming out from the Syndra ultimate. And it's just, they even just donated over to Drakthar as well to bring him to a level where he can get this burst down and actually maybe look to start resetting and carrying team fights. So it looked very deliberate from the side of Burst the Sky, and deliberate plays are what we want to see from them.
Yeah, Artifact was spotted out as well. There was a really good ward in that red buff brush. Hard to say that one quickly, but his roam is ineffective. Doesn't lose a huge amount for it. Yeah, it's not easy. They're both hard. As in goes Elio. The dive is activated, but with a teleport coming in, Juhao is in so much trouble as Elio gets a kill with that last tower shot landing.
Unlucky.
Glory throws out the W. In goes the Xin Zhao, but the knockback actually goes onto Artifact as well, who surges forward, doesn't quite pick up the kill. Elio is low, Glory on half, but Drakthar is surging in. Eddie with a good flash away from the Spectral Maw. Heartbreaker being used for the damage, but now Drakthar just has to walk away. In the end, a 1-for-1.
1-for-1 with a disaster, a comedy of errors for poor Aomine there. Flashing to get an assist, anything onto Juhao, but no, it's a solo kill for the Leona, and Aomine ends up completely out of position as a result and gets knocked off by Eddie. Now, if Hero's looking for something but good ward, should keep him from eating a huge chunk of burst from this Renekton. And he's managed to glean back a little bit of a lead in terms of the CS, which is good for the cannon going forth. And it's a nice, and overall, yeah, it's a nice response play from Team Secret. Glory and Burst the Sky, and sorry, not really Glory at all. He teleported down and stopped a further push. But yeah, Elio able to hold up the play on the bot side.
Yeah, I think they did well fending it off. Team Secret didn't execute super well either. It ended up being an incredibly messy play, but in the end, a 1-for-1 is hardly going to decide the game. And you kind of have CS leads being equalized. The top lane kind of equalizes the mid lane, except for the jungle, where Drakthar, yeah, okay, we mocked his Viego a little bit because he is 0-7 on it. But if he's going to win the 8th game, this is a damn good start.
A very good start. Unfortunately, as I kind of did set up just before that dive bot, we want to see the lead get transferred a little bit onto Aomine as well. He's having a rough time of it right now. Jinx not having a call, but being able to crack down a lot of the damage on the tower, and these 2 kills have ramped her up to be a little bit ahead. Narrow dodge from that hook. But with that committal, it might give enough space for this to just go over fairly comfortably to Sky.
I think they should let it.
Has an attempt at a steal.
Nah, just give it up. There's really no need to do this. I'm not even a huge fan of poking your head in there. I guess, like, you can try. But I feel like there's just better things you could be doing at the time. But I guess with no jungle camps up, it's okay.
Yeah, I feel a good thing is there's no dragon on the map. You don't want to give them the opportunity to punish the pushing hero. You want to keep them, as many members on the map as possible. But yeah, the instant pivot into the top side is going to fix the tower into the back pocket of Glory. and that's going to continue on and crash. So good, decent use of that Rift Herald, but they have, and that sets them up nicely, sending Artifact into the top side to catch it, which means Sky has an opening to set up this dragon very effectively.
Yeah, it certainly should, as Penguin just picks up a few buffs. They've brought Hero down as well, as identified, so that cannon ult can be used. But as Yulwei likes to say, you can kind of delete cannon with an exhaust, and Almine has access to that. So we'll have to just see how that plays out, as I think we are going to get a little bit of a brawl over this dragon.
Yeah, seems like the play so far, just a bit of poke coming out at the moment. But Team Secret in position first. Drakthar wanted to stop for his red buff, and that means he's probably not going to be able to make his way in. Do they look for a follow-up fight?
There's the smite, and in goes Hero, gets exhausted, but look at all of the damage going out. Drakthar is immediately removed from the fight, Nautilus will pick up that kill. There's a charm landing onto the Aphelios as well. Almine has a lot of chakrams, but not a lot of health. Ryuk next on the menu. They want themselves some delicious crocodile for dinner. And there it is. Nautilus will get that one too. He makes out like a robber baron, and Team Secret dominate the fight.
And it all falls apart with a very great team fight.
Glory! Well,
Glory salvages it.
What's that out of nowhere?
He salvages it. He gets a kill. It's not gonna change too much.
That's huge. No, I disagree. I think that, I mean, it doesn't redeem the play, but he gets a shutdown. He stops them pushing the mid tower. I think that's a pretty big deal.
I don't think there was much. There wasn't really a way for a push, but they were looking for that collapse onto him. As happened in that play around the top side, though, just kills the weak side of the pincer. And this play was absolute disaster. It's not actually shown here, but complete whiff of the.
We leave the replays. Penguin's been found in his red buff. Well done there.
Anyway, Elio in that last fight, we didn't actually get to see it. He missed everything. He didn't even get a slow on that solar flare, and that completely lost the entire fight because Drakthar went in with no assistance onto no CC targets, and it was immediately forced out of the fight. Glory hanging on the backside with Aomine lost their front line before they could even hit their damage in because of their relative lack of range. And yeah, complete mess of a team fight for Burst the Sky. So now we're going in a position where all the good setup, all the good work that Burst the Sky had done is completely over.
Hero's been found. He's got Ryuk and Glory coming in onto him. This is a lot of damage and a fair bit of CC, so that's going to be an easy kill given over to Glory.
So finding these picks is the angle for Burst Sky. It's going all right. They finding a couple, and here this is sort of trying to repeat that first play in the top side. Link up Drakthar and Elio into this red buff and try and catch Penguin here. This time he's here, and they get the free kill and the buff as well. So they get that, and then transferring that on, and then on the bot side, getting a pick there as well. It saves the whole play. And
Ryuk, dodge that. Ryuk, gotta dodge that rocket. Yeah. Keep your wave. Gotta keep your wave up. But he doesn't. Unfortunate for him. That will stop the push for now. It actually doesn't really force him out.
Almine. Alright.
Almine.
You're behind. And you're building the early game item. Good job. So
collecting
it's not going to be very effective this game at all, because that's going to be armor build. There's almost
I don't like this collector.
Guaranteed to be zombies.
I think this is one of those items that we don't need to dwell on. We can point it out. Everyone knows. Yeah, collector's wrong in this situation. Let's just move past it.
Yeah.
On the other side, I do think it's interesting that Jinx has gone for that Phantom Dancer. I think this is a pretty good Runins game. It's not egregious by any means, but I like Runins when you've got two people diving on you, and with Drakthar and Ryuk, you definitely do.
Yeah, I like the potential of Runins. It's so enticing, but I feel like with how Jinx is set up, you don't need that extra AoE potential. You get plenty from your rockets, and the ability to just nuke someone down and get those resets is so much more important. And,
Ooh,
Elio's
Elio
getting moved down.
in a lot of trouble as they chain the CC, whip the rocket. Artifact trying to finish him off, but he gets exhausted by Almine. Good play there as he has to go back over the wall. In goes the Moonlight Vigil, flashed away by Artifact. So in the end, that's a Summoner Spell positive trade for Sky. Oh, but another hook lands. Oh, good catch. Glory just finds onto the Jinx, takes them out. Hero goes in with the ultimate, does a whole lot of nothing. He's just going to fall down. There's a hook on the other side of the fight. As you said, Glory very low. Penguin puts up the Crescent Guard. Almine in a position to carry this fight, but he does get stopped for a moment. Everfrosted into the hook. He's not quite fast enough to continue the chase, but Sky finds something out of nothing.
Glory almost makes the play, but they can't actually convert it.
It's good
Crescent
enough.
Guard is just too good to actually demolish the team fight. Yeah, Ryuk and Drakthar picking up Hero on the back end. This is extremely risky, but they feel confident enough to go for it. And yeah, there's actually no response. So this Baron pickup is actually going to go over to the Sky.
Don't even. Oh,
Rocket.
there's a rocket.
Rocket.
There's a rocket. Oh no, the rocket. Elio, he's on like 3 health. Oh, they do secure it, but look at the health bar. Since it's a disaster, Eddie needs to get into this fight somehow. You'd almost flash the wall. There's the first kill, and he does flash over. He's now excited. He now charges forward. Artifact with one more charge on the rush will land the charm, gives the Crocker kiss, but can't quite kill him off yet. Zhu Hao on the way in. Another W lands, an orb thrown, and now the big boy Nautilus is here to take the tower. In they go, on their way through. They want to hunt down this crocodile, get that last Baron buff off the team. Actually, I think they've got one more, but let's ignore that for the narrative. As Ryu continues to run away, trying to turn it around onto Artifact. That's a good decision. You're not going to get much else done, but he's Everfrosted. He is charmed. He gets the kill.
That's good enough from Ryuk. It means they have 2 left, and I had no idea how Penguin survived to pick up this dragon. No, people were just like, no, good sir, you take the kill, and then no one took the kill. And this is the first play. Glory flashing over and deleting Eddie, and this sets up so well, but Aomina's just sitting around. He's not auto-attacking anyone. He's not able to get any damage down, and then when he gets a Q onto Penguin, just presses ult. No more damage from Mr. Aomina. Really, it's only this pickup of Hero on the back end by the front line, and then it spirals into the Baron play, and just chaos. Insanity.
But Marby, I played a hit new game, and I've learnt that I'm here to kill chaos. So hopefully Team Secret can get that one done. Thought you'd like that. But this is a good play here for Sky. The fact that they managed to maintain the Baron buff on Ryuk is enabling this push to be so much stronger in the bottom lane. Overall, I mean, Ryuk, he's a player we've criticized a lot, but that one play might keep them alive and potentially win them a game.
Yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed that Glory isn't shoving this wave a little bit harder, because he definitely wants to try and collapse these waves together, but teleporting up to stop the artifact push is also okay. Yeah, and now Viego is going to try and wail on this tower a little bit. Has to be a little bit careful and should be backing off. And yeah, so it's not a fantastic use of the Baron buff because they weren't able to pressure multiple lanes at once, but considering the disaster, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good when you factor in the situation. It's not the best Baron ever, but it's better than I think they were expecting. The question is, though, does it put you in a good enough position in 3 minutes? Because that's when Hextech Soul is on the table.
Do they? I don't.
You can't give Hextech Soul up, not to a Jinx.
No, I'm not saying that. It's a 3k gold lead. But there's a part of me that says it could be an 8k gold lead, and I'd still be worried for Team Secret after that first
100%.
full burst the sky after that first dragon fight. Because it has been very much Team Secret winning the majority of the plays, and then just some small individual wins that have saved Burst the Sky and kept it in it. So this next big 5v5 team fight, it can all just come crashing down pretty much for either team.
Yeah,
but
hangs in the
Team
balance.
Secret has shown so much more consistency in that area.
And this is the thing about modern League with these Dragon Souls, with these super powerful souls, is you can do a lot of things right, like Sky. They're not doing everything right, not going that far, but they're doing a lot of things right, but still end up with the sword of Damocles hanging over your head that is a potential Dragon Soul. Because it doesn't matter that you got a Baron, it doesn't matter that you push towers, it doesn't matter that Ryuk made a play if you end up against a Hextech Soul.
Yeah, and if we're looking forward to the future... Actually, never mind. No future allowed.
Oh, Artifact! That's a bold plays! He just goes in to land an Everfrost and pays for it with his life! What has Team Secret done? But it doesn't matter when you've got a cannon ult doing that much damage into the backside. They pick up two. Eddie desperately kites his way out, gets excited. He's running out. Look at him go. He is sugar gliding on these fools. He goes down finally, but it doesn't matter because they pick up the kill on the Viego. That's going to be an ace, and the sky has been burst.
You can't reset the ultimate. They are blessing the fact that it's 1 minute to any actual objective, and this fight kind of fizzles out into nothing, but that's so much blown, and that's the gold brought right back to even for Team Secret. All advantages lost for Sky, and it started so well, but no ability to check the cannon. Cannon does so much work in this fight alongside Eddie, and it all just falls down. And Team Secret, okay, there might be a bit of a struggle on this Baron because they can't quite reset nicely with this late back from Hero. Yeah, Hexgates, Jesus Christ, everything's ruined. Goodbye, Team Secret. And look,
it starts off so sus, right?
Yeah, and you think, okay, Drakthar can start the reset, but the double up of Penguin's ultimate plus the cannon just tears the backline apart, and I thought maybe Drakthar could get it done, but the CC chain is insane, and he just pops because he's on a Jinx health bar budget, and that is not a big budget.
Here we go. 6,000 health is all that separates Team Secret from a Hextech Soul. Drakthar has to find a way in. There's chompers in his way. They blow up, but it's too late, and they can't even get the attempt. Glory will be immediately assassinated as well. Hero is currently rapid and zapping in the backline. Viego has gone back to the Shadow Isles. Aphelios back to the moon, and Leona directly into the sun, as it's a 5-0 ace secured for Team Secret.
For it. I don't know what angle Drakthar was looking for, but he needed to stay at a short angle to get over that wall and go much faster. But they can't push in, and now they've lost the Hextech, so it's a decision now from Team Secret. Baron or base, they have decided Baron it is. And honestly, they don't need Artifact. Artifact, keep taking base, please. You're not needed.
Hit the tower. Yeah, I think he is. He's just going to hit the tower.
He just wanted the game here,
so... So you don't need to do anything.
Crack it in his.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the thing is, I don't think they could have cracked it in him, is the thing. And then been on a reset to stop the enemy team getting Baron. But let's not dwell on it. Artifact, Glory goes for the hero play there to try and catch a recall. Doesn't really get anything out of it. Sky are now not just on the back foot, they're lying on their back.
It's a 5k gold deficit, and here... Dragon is taken an immediate turn, Glory removed, and that is the pillar of Burst the Sky instantly deleted. And from there, there's a scattered picks of all these scattered individuals of Burst the Sky, and they cannot coordinate their fight at all. 0, 5, and 2 from Aomine. And unless he's a crucial part of the in-game communication from Burst the Sky, I agree with Rebel. I want to see Hana. He's a good job.
Well, I think Rebel's been talking about a top lane sub.
I mean, he also mentioned Hana.
It's true. This is a terrible game out of Almina. There's no way to sugarcoat that. The build is bad. The play has been worse. It's not good. That said, I still think Almina has been one of BTS's better players. Not a high bar. I don't think he is who I would sub out. Maybe I am biased. I do still remember Police very fondly.
Yes, but the former Yashiro
gotta do something.
It's a rap comer. Yeah,
it's true.
Something needs to change, and currently, Team Secret wants to do a bit of redecorating and take this tower down.
Yeah, Zhuhao throws out the hook to avoid the Leona ult, but he is actually just going to pay for it with his life. So it's a decent start to the fight here for Sky, but the cannon ult goes in. He's not exhausted. The Moonlight Vigil finds a whole lot of nothing, but now Mane will turn around with 1 kill, but that'll be all he gets as Drakthar tries to desperately use his resets. But the only reset that will be found is their death timers, as once again, it is kills going over to Eddie as he picks himself up a triple, and it's a clean ace. Well, not quite clean, they did lose 2, but it is a 5-kill ace there for Team Secret. They will walk into the base and they will take themselves a game 1.
Absolute team fighting dominance from the side of Team Secret, and they have crushed all the efforts from Sky in those early games, but, you know, at least they're